What's up YouTube, and welcome back to the DIY Beard. My name's Jez and I'm the man behind the beard, and in today's episode we're going to be going to one of my favouriteest shops to go and pick up some long awaited cleaning products so that we can get those bikes looking absolutely spotless during winter. So let's roll them credits and we'll get to Autobrite and have a look around. So as I said YouTube, today we are off to Autobrite and I am in my car today rather than on the bike, and that's just because, well, one, I'm on the way back from work so I haven't gone on the bike, and two, it is freezing outside. Plus the video's all about keeping your bike clean. I don't really want to sit there and get it all filthy with all the crap that's on the roads nowadays. Now before I do start, I do want to say thank you to all those that have already subscribed, and if you haven't already done so, please do hit that subscribe button and that bell notification so that you get notified of any new videos that I do release. And I'm trying to get a video out at least every once a week to keep you guys entertained. So as I said, today we're on our way to Autobrite. It is one of the local car detailing shops that I have in the area. Now, I know that you generally hear this about most products, but Autobrite's absolutely fantastic. You can't beat it in my eyes, and it's the only stuff that I generally use, both for the car and my bikes. The reason being is it does what it does say on the tin, well, the bottle, which is when it says you only need to use a small amount, my God, you only use a small amount. Now the last time I visited Autobrite was probably about 6 months ago, so it just shows you how long that lasts. And I clean my bike weekly. I'm always out on it, so I'm always giving it a little bit of a touch up. So I thought this would be sort of the first series in my detailing series, as it were. What we're going to do is we're going to get to Autobrite, we're going to have a look at what products they've got available, have a bit of a show round of their showroom, and then once we've picked some items, what we'll do is we'll get home and we'll go through what I've picked and what I'll be using it for. And then throughout the series what we'll also do is we'll go through what what products I'm using and how they work and why they're using them on the bike. I might do a bit on the car, but predominantly at the moment we seem to be a bike orientated channel. So obviously we're going to be doing some detailing videos on the bike. Like I said, I'm driving there at the moment, so I'll pick up with you as soon as we do hit Autobrite and we'll have a look around their showroom. Right then guys, back in the garage now. I could have spent all afternoon in Autobrite. Cleaning is one of my passions, and so buying lots of cleaning products is something that definitely puts a smile on my face. However, my bank balance looks a little bit lighter now. One of the things I will say is Autobrite isn't a cheap product, but in my eyes you absolutely get what you pay for, and in my opinion what you get from Autobrite is absolute quality. What we'll do is we're going to do a bit of a series on cleaning and detailing the bikes. I've got two different types of bikes. I've got a sport bike, which is predominantly fairing based, and then I've obviously got the XV, which has got absolutely hundreds of different nooks and crannies where dirt can get into, and I really want to get this thing gleaming. Not to say that it wasn't in bad condition when I got it, but I've obviously abused it, as you can see, lots of mud on there, and this is my pride and joy. I want it to stand out and I really want it to shine. So what we'll do is we'll go through some of the products that I've purchased today. These are just some general things that I use in my everyday cleaning. What we'll do is we'll do an entire series, so when it comes to actually detailing the bike, I'll go a bit more in depth about how I use the product, what methods applying it work best for me, and we'll show you the results of that as well. Because what I want to do is I want to show you the products and how they work, and they'll speak for themselves. I can sit there and big them up all I want, but let's face it, you want to see what they can do. So the first thing I generally do when I clean my bike is I decontaminate it. So I always use a fallout remover. So in this case we've got the Purple Rain 3.0. Now it is 3.0. They have recently changed Purple Rain. It is a fallout remover, so it gets rid of all the iron and metal particles that fall on your bike through road grime. From what I've been told, the 3.0 is a gel based. The previous products from Purple Rain have been a lot thinner, and I've found that while they do the job, they are a bit thin and they easily run off. So we'll see what that's like. Purple Rain, it's called that because once it hits anything with metal particles in it or the iron, it reacts and it goes a purpley colour, and then obviously as it runs down it looks like rain. A little bit clever in my eyes for coming up with that name, Autobrite. I really like that. Now the other one I use is citrus wash. This is an all-purpose cleaner, and it is something that you do dilute. Excuse me there. From what it says on the back of the bottle, it says that you dilute that, and you can dilute that to 1 to 100 for light cleaning, for your spray bottle, or 1 to 30 for general cleaning. Now I tend to do it about 1 to 30. The reason being is it does go a long way. I use that for getting into some of those nooks and crannies with a brush, agitating the dirt, and then I give that a good rinse off. Now one of the things that it is really useful is I left my car once parked under a tree, and the sap ended up going on top of the roof line, and it was a nightmare. It left like this leopard print on there from the sort of the sap on the tree. This was absolutely fantastic. Sprayed it on, left it to dwell for about 5 to 10 minutes. Give it a little bit of agitation with a soft sponge, wash mitt. I never use sponges. Rinsed it off, gave it another wash, and it was brilliant. Everything was gone. So I highly, highly recommend that product, and I always use that when I start off washing. Like I said, we'll go through a little bit more as to how I do my washing when it comes to doing some detailing. Next product I picked up is not something I've generally used before, which is a high gloss shampoo called Banana Gloss. The reason I picked that up is it was a litre for £9, so it was on offer. What I generally use is Citrus Pearl, which is an ultimate cleaning shampoo it's labelled as. Little bit goes a long way with that, so I'm hoping that we get a similar result from the Banana Gloss, and that should last me quite a while. Wheels. We all know that brake dust is an absolute nightmare when it comes to cleaning your wheels, so I recommend nothing more than Bright Gel. It's a non-acidic wheel cleaner, so it is going to protect your wheels, and it's not going to damage them when you apply that. One of the things that I really like is it is a thick product. It's like a gel-like product, so when you spray it on, you can really get in there with a brush and you can clean your wheels. It sticks on, it dwells as well, so it really eats into that dirt and road grime and makes cleaning your wheels an absolute dream. I tend not to use really hard bristle brushes, just because I find that well, on my Mercedes it's got painted alloy wheels, which I tend to find mark. Bike wheels aren't too bad, but one of the things I also use it for is getting into the fins as well on the engine on the XV. As you know, the XV's got painted engine, so I don't want it to sort of mark it. And yes, okay, you probably won't see the scratches, but what I don't want it to do is lift the paint and get under there and start to itchy, which is one of the good reasons that it's a non-acidic product. Finally, what I've done is I've picked up some Berry Blast. Now, you can dilute this and you can actually use it for clay bar. I've got a litre of that again that was on offer. But if you use that non-diluted, it's a very, very good quick detailer. So, especially in the summer months, you know, you fighting yourself against greasy fingerprints or, you know, dust and those sorts of things. It's great for spraying on the bike, giving it a quick wipe down, and it looks absolutely fantastic. Has got a bit of wax in there, so it does give you a bit of protection as well. So when you do get a little bit of water, you see that lovely beading, and I've got an obsession with beading, and hopefully we'll get to show you that through some of the videos. One of the other products that I picked up is liquid gloss. Put my teeth back in. Liquid gloss. Now that is a liquid spray wax. Again, it's probably a little bit more. I use that for just giving it an extra layer of protection after I've given it a wash. I do have some of that already, and I tend to use that after some of the glazes that I put on. So those are polishes and glazes, great for filling in tiny little scratches, and we'll get to use some of those. And then what I also use is a gloss enhancer. So this is Project 32. Now I've had this for quite a while. I've probably had this for about 18 months, and I don't know if you can see there, but you can see just how much I've used. One of the things that Autobrite pride themselves on is they do say that a little bit goes a long way, and my gosh, they are absolutely right. These products were a little bit expensive. All in all, the ones that you see in front of me cost me £62, and yes, some of those were on sale. Some people may find that a little bit shocking. Those that are into detailing will probably think, what an absolute bargain. My wife specifically moans at me because I wash myself with one oil and one body wash, yet I wash my cars and bikes with multiple products, and I spend an absolute fortune on it. But that's what I like to do. I like to keep everything clean. You saw Russ's bike, the Bonneville. He's one step ahead of me, but he uses Autobrite products as well, and it's something that we swear by. So I really do recommend those. And like I said, when we do the series themselves, we'll go through and I'll show you exactly how your bike will look once you've used these products. Now, one thing I will say is when you go on the Autobrite website, I'll put a link in the description below. It predominantly advertises itself as a car detailing company, and you find that a lot of companies do that. There's not a huge market from what I can see of bike detailing products, but at the end of the day, it's metal, paint and plastic. It's exactly the same as what you would find on a car, so why can't you use the same products? I've used them all the time, and I find I get fantastic results on both the car and the bike, so I'll never use anything other. I have got some Autoglym products. Those are obviously things that I get brought for Christmas, etc. Because they're always readily available from any auto parts store. Last but not least, one of the things that I picked up is a Health Shine Mini Reaper. It's a buffing towel. It's super plush, so it's got a really thick pile onto it, so when you're giving it a little bit of a buff after you've put your polishes and your waxes on, it really does get a deep shine on there. One of the ones that they also do is they do a larger Repo drying towel, which is absolutely huge, but it soaks up that water so easily, so brilliant for getting rid of water once you've washed your bike, etc. And it's also very easy to get into all those little nooks and crannies, so drying it off as well. I would love to get an air dryer or a little compressor so that I can blow the water particles off the bike. especially now I've got the XV, because that's got some really small areas where water can get into, and I know I'm going to find that difficult to get water out of there. The GSXR isn't too bad because a lot of it's fairing based, but it still can be really difficult. So the Reapers themselves are fantastic drying towels. Now I've chatted way too long here going over all the products. As I said, what I'll do is I'll do an entire series on detailing, but if you do want to leave a comment on what product you want to see first, and I'll do a review of that and get that posted for you. For those that haven't already done so, please do hit that subscribe button and then that bell notification, just so you get notified of when a video's next coming out. I try and get one out to you at least every once a week, so hopefully at the minute we're doing really well with that. Although the weather and the late nights has got something else to say about that, but hopefully the summer months will start coming through soon. As I said, I'm really rambling on now, so thanks for watching guys. Stay safe and I'll catch you again soon. Bye now.